Hello, today I'm talking about vector component and unit vector. Unit vector is the vector whose magnitude is 1. In rectangular coordinate, we have three basic unit vectors. Those are ax vector, ay vector, and az vector. Ax vector is a unit vector in x direction. This is called ax vector, and magnitude is 1. Ay vector is unit vector in y direction. This is called ay vector, and magnitude is 1. Az vector, the unit vector in z direction. This is called az vector, and the magnitude is 1. All three-dimensional points can be described by position vector, and position vector can be described by using these three basic unit vector in rectangular coordinate. So what is position vector? Position vector is a vector from origin to the point. We have point P in 3 dimensions. So P is x, y, z. And position vector is the vector from origin to point P. This is called position vector of P. The position vector of P is x-ax vector plus x-y-ay vector plus z-az vector. For example, P is 2, 3, 4. This point can be described by position vector Rp. Position vector of P is 2ax plus 3ay plus 4az. So we can describe position vector by using three basic unit vector in rectangular coordinate. Let's talk about vector component. Vector component is magnitude of three basic unit vectors. For example, vector f is fx-ax vector plus fy-ay vector plus fz-az vector. Fx is x component. It means fx is magnitude of ax vector. Fy is magnitude of ay vector. Fz is magnitude of az vector. So, how to find the vector magnitude and unit vector? Firstly, vector magnitude can be found square root the sum of vector component square. And we can make a unit vector of f vector is f vector over magnitude of f vector. So we take an example. Find the unit vector of point P. Point P is located at 2, minus 1, 1, 2, minus 1, 1. This is point P, 2, minus 1, 1. The position vector of P is a vector from origin to point P. This is Rp vector. So we can describe Rp vector by using three basic unit vector in rectangular coordinate. Rp vector is 2ax minus ay vector plus az vector. The unit vector of R vector is Rp vector is Rp vector over magnitude of Rp vector. So we can find the magnitude of Rp vector is square root 2 square plus minus 1 square plus 1 square. This is square root 6. So this is 1 over square root 6 multiply 2ax minus ay vector plus az vector. This is the answer. The next example is find Rmn vector, Amp vector, and magnitude of 2Rp minus 3Rm vector. First example is find Rmn vector. The Rmn vector is the vector from point M to point N. The point M, from point M to point N, this vector is Rm n vector. We have already known position vector of point M and point N. From origin to point M, vector is Rm vector. Vector from origin to point N is Rn vector. By triangular law, Rmn vector is Rn vector minus Rm vector. This is N and M. We can describe position vector of N and position vector of M. Position vector of N is 3ax minus 3ay. This is N. 3ax minus 3ay minus Rm vector is minus ax plus 2ay plus az. Can be 4ax minus 3 minus 2 minus 5 ay vector and minus az vector. This is answer of example 1. And example 2 is AMP vector. MP vector is unit vector of RMP vector. So this is RMP vector over magnitude of RMP vector. Firstly, we have to find the RMP vector. RMP vector can be found position vector of M and position vector of P. Position vector of P minus position vector of N, M. Position vector of P is minus 2 ax minus 3 ay minus 4 az. Because point P is minus 2, 3, 4. Point N is 3, minus 3, 0. M vector M is minus 1, 2, 1. So position vector of point M is minus ax plus 2ay plus az. Becomes minus ax 3 minus 3 minus 2 minus 5 ay minus 4 minus 1 minus 5 az vector. How about amplitude, magnitude of RMP vector is magnitude of RMP vector is square root minus 1 square plus minus 5 square plus minus 5 square. This is square root 51. So AMP unit vector of RMP vector is 1 over square root 51 multiply minus ax minus 5 ay minus 5 az. This is the answer. The third question is magnitude of 2rp vector minus 3rn vector. Firstly, we have to find 2rp vector and minus 3rn vector. 2rp vector is minus 2 ax minus 3 ay minus 4 az minus 3 multiply Rn vector is 3ax vector minus 3ay vector. So this can be minus 4 minus 3 minus 13 ax vector minus 6 plus 9 plus 3 ay vector minus 8 az vector. So magnitude of 2rp vector and 3rn vector is square root minus 13 square plus 3 square plus minus 8 square. This become 11 square root 2. This is the answer. So today we're talking about vector component and unit vector. Thanks for watching this lecture and see you later. Bye bye.